Hello, and welcome back to RoadTripVia, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is number 798. We're 2 away from 800. Today's category is Brainy Tuesday, number 43. This is a 21-question trivia quiz where all the questions come from random categories, but they are all slightly more difficult than a normal pub quiz. So, good luck on today's trivia quiz. Question number 1. China's largest water-related building project in a millennium. What is the name of the world's largest hydroelectric project which created a 370-mile-long reservoir by damming the Yangtze River? That project is known as the Three Gorges Dam. Question number 2. In which Shakespearean play does Antonio borrow 300 ducats from the moneylender Shylock, with the stipulation that if the money is not repaid on time, he must forfeit 1 pound of his flesh? The answer is The Merchant of Venice. Question number 3. The official name of this island group is the Columbus Archipelago. What eastern Ecuadorian island chain, famous for its finches and giant tortoises, was made into a wildlife sanctuary in 1935, and in 1968 it became a national park? The answer is the Galapagos Islands. Question number 4. In 480 BC, a group of 300 Spartans and Thebans under the command of Leonidas defended what narrow pass, whose name in Greek means hot gates, in a 3-day battle against the Persian army? The answer is Thermopylae. Question number 5. It was the site of a Roman settlement known as Lutetium, but this city didn't reach prominence until nearly 1,000 years after its founding, when in 987 Hugh Capet made his capital here. What is this city on the banks of the Seine River? The answer is Paris, France. Question number 6. The 1962 Nobel Prize in Medicine was shared by 3 people. A biophysicist named Maurice Wilkins won alongside what 2 biologists who co-authored the academic paper proposing the double helix structure of the DNA molecule? The 2 most famous of the 3 were Watson and Crick. Question number 7. Of his 2 best-known pieces, one was possibly written about Sherlock Holmes, and the other was written for the coronation of Edward VII. Who is this composer most famous for the Enigma Variations and Pomp and Circumstance? Pomp and Circumstance was by Edward Elgar. Question number 8. Considered the worst nuclear disaster in history, both in cost and casualties, at what power plant did a nuclear accident occur on April 26, 1986, inside the number 4 reactor? The answer is Chernobyl. Question number 9. The culmination of Indo-Islamic style, it stands on a platform adjacent to a shallow pool of water and 4 minarets. What is the name of this famous landmark in Agra built by the Emperor Shah Jahan? The answer is the Taj Mahal. Question number 10. The daughter of Cepheus and Poseidon, what was the name of the Abyssinian princess that was chained to a rock to be devoured by the Kraken, but was instead saved by Perseus? Her name was Andromeda. Question number 11. Revised several times since then, most recently being in 1954 when the words "under God" were added. In 1892, Francis Bellamy wrote what one-sentence proclamation and patriotic creed? The answer is the Pledge of Allegiance. Question number 12. The title was changed from Another Slow Night in Modesto out of fears that the public might think that it was set in Italy, not California. What is the 1973 film directed by George Lucas, starring Ron Howard and Richard Dreyfuss? The answer is American Graffiti. Question number 13. The term means art person in Japanese, and training for this profession started in the 18th century. Who are these Japanese professional female entertainers whose jobs include singing, dancing, playing instruments, and conversation? They are known as geisha. Question 14. The only building he designed in the Western Hemisphere is the oldest academic building still in use in the United States, found on the campus of the College of William and Mary. What is the name of this architect best known for designing St. Paul's Cathedral in London? His name is Christopher Wren. Question 15. Citing poll taxes, the Mexican War, slavery, and other injustices, what was the name of the essay by Henry David Thoreau that argued that a citizen had the right to refuse to participate in a government that doesn't uphold his or her standards? It was called Civil Disobedience. The full name is On the Duty of Civil Disobedience. Question 16. Set in Thornfield Hall, the title character is a shy orphan who grows up into an unhappy governess who learns that her lover, Edward Rochester, is already married in what novel by Charlotte Bronte? The answer is Jane Eyre. Question 17. Murals discovered in 1995 in Mexico indicate that, unlike previously thought, they were quite brutal and harsh. What is the name of the civilization that lived in the Yucatan in cities like Chichen Itza? The answer is the Mayan civilization. Question 18. Sent to the South Pacific under the command of William Bligh to acquire breadfruit plants and transport them to the West Indies, what was the name of the ship whose trip was cut short due to a 1789 mutiny led by Fletcher Christian? That is the story of the HMS Bounty. The mutiny on the Bounty. Question 19. Also known as the History of the U.S. Decision-Making in Vietnam, this 47-volume work was first published with the help of Daniel Ellsberg on June 13, 1971, and is better known by what two-word alliterative name? It is known as the Pentagon Papers. Question number 20. The son of Poseidon and Amphitrite, he lived in an underwater golden palace, could prophesy the future, and owned a wave-controlling conch. What is the name of this deity that shares his name with the largest moon of Neptune? His name is Triton. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of RoadTripVia. Check back tomorrow for another new trivia quiz. Coming up this week, we will have TRIpVIA again on Thursday and Friday night pub quiz as usual on Friday. If I get behind this week, I'll make it up on Saturday. I've had a busy week at work. I think this one's going to come out on time, but we'll know as soon as I stop talking. So let's skip straight to it. Go to question 21, the tiebreaker for today. Pashto and Dari are the official languages of which mountainous landlocked country in Central Asia? Pashto and Dari are the official languages of which mountainous landlocked country in Central Asia? The answer is Afghanistan. Alright, that is it for today. Check back tomorrow. It will be the last quiz of the 700s, episode number 799. Then we'll be at 800 with 201 trivia quizzes left. See you then.